see my two little foot. When I get in, she wrapped my head. That's the first thing she did. And my skin is growing. I'm getting goosebumps. And all the elders, familiar faces and unfamiliar faces greeted me. And the forehead kisses was done to me several times. My grandmother never kissed me nowhere else but my forehead. And I felt her love. I was cared for by her. I was loved by her and still catered and protected by her even after life. And I give her my light. I always shed light on my grandmother. Every rising I wake up, I call on my grandmother, Alice Alberta Aitalbasi. I call on her name 3 times. I give her light so that she can continue to protect me in this physical realm, because in the spirit she get to see all things. Yes, yes, yeah. And these are things I didn't understand at that time, but she always used to say, you'll grow, you're gonna come, you're gonna understand, right? And before I get to the age of 18, she did another one. So 8 was like a symbol for hers. Between 7 and 8 was a symbol for my grandmother with whatever she did. And at my 18 or day, I asked her why is she doing this, and she have to is to protect me so that I can carry on and live to fulfill my duties, my earthly duties. I remember those words specifically. But I would like to say, my brother, the chosen ones, every family has a chosen ones. They go through trial times. You hear me? My grandmother was cursed with diabolical kids, and they were the ones she was protecting me from. She always knew her daughter was evil. She was born evil. And that woman is she trapped so many of her nieces and nephews, even her own kids, she trapped in things. She have barefoot and she have fruitful fruits, if you understand what I mean. I mean, she have children that get children and children that don't bear fruits and often bear fruits and past the stage of even bearing fruit. But she's not changing. So I would like to share a dream that I had with her a few weeks ago. That's before I come out of my trying times. I went through a parallel time, 2023. It was like a 15 years of repeated cycle where as a young girl, I suffered. When I say I suffered, it was backwardness, shame. I stayed single for 11 years in my youth, single and celibate. And when I do pick up with somebody, it was based off of betrayal, lies, and deceit. And that hurt me. It triggered me. It even, demolished my confidence. And I get so, stressed about it. But I changed my name, my biological name. The stress that I went through, the betrayal. Oh, I changed my name. Yeah, I changed my name. My first name that they give to me, my father and my mother give to me by birth, which is Gleason. It's spelled capital Gleason. And the original meaning is the seventh stage of cancer. It's not a good name, and that name has been following me for years. So I changed my name 18 years ago. So I named myself Riza Camille Oit, right? Which Oit is my father's last name. So I changed my name, and it caused a disruption in the family. The first mail that came, my uncle was like, which one of y'all get a daughter named Riza? And I was afraid to even tell them. And it was a scholarship I had gotten with the University of Peace Studies, and it was placed in the newspaper, and nobody knew it was me directly because I passed the essay. Any studies I did, I was very brilliant. I finished school at the age of 9. I wrote common entrance at the age of 9. By the age of 14, I was out of high school. I skipped classes. So my father, after learning that I was the one who changed my name, they start getting angry with me. I get put out and stuff like that. So my journey was very hard. And then I become a teenage mom. My journey was tough. I went through a 15-year of repeated cycles, and I came out the 1st of January 2024. Today is my 6th day, and I still have victory. I still have a good, what must say, a good prophecy, and everything is fulfilling for me right now. My business started to pick up. I was sick all the time. I had near death situation. I want to kill myself. You know, I was very suicidal in my thought. And this wasn't just happening to me, it was happening to my young daughter too, because I'm a mother of one. And it was a cycle for us. And we both came out from it, getting help from people like you on TikTok, right? My daughter reached out to a guy on TikTok who's from Jamaica who gave us help. And from since then, we haven't had attacks by, witchcraft and sexual husbands and stuff like that. Yeah, I've been through it. I've been through the Ranger. My life has been, I've been it. When I say it, it. People try to take me out, you know, and I can see them, I can feel them, I can sense them. There was this thing tinge around me, and I know I have the Saint, Saint Clarion, what do you call it? They call it, yeah, Saint Clarion vision or sense. I think I'm kind of lost there for words because there's so much I want to say and I'm a bit nervous too. So I could have sensed that because it's my gift and I knew who was doing it, but I was powerless at the time. I didn't want to face them. And out of respect for your elders, it's like every time you come around these type of people, it's like they give me an anxiety. And I want to say what I want to say when I'm by myself, but when I get to them, I don't have the courage. I'm kind of submissive. So when I get a chance to do that, now that I'm getting a chance to do that, I'm doing it not just in the physical, but it started in the spiritual realm. So I had this dream in December before I crossed over to the new year, where there's the elders, like my ancestors, and there's a meeting going on in this spiritual realm, and my auntie was present. And in the meeting, they asked her, what did I ever do to her to cast a spell on me as a child? And she got angry and walked out of the meeting. And the elders' words was they all of their staff and say, you has the authority to do with her whatever you deem. And I went out and I lay my hands out over her after she walked out and I said, die! That's with my right hand. And she stumbled. When she stumbled the first time in the dream, she got up again and walked off. And I lay my hands out for the second time and said, die! She stumbled for a second time, but she rise again. And when she rise for the second time and walk off for the third time, I said, die, 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 3 times. And she fell and left there. And I sailed off. When I sailed off from that dream, in my dreams, I fly. I either flap my hands or I just sail off in the air with my hands straight up in the air. And I sailed off to a next dimension where I sit with the elders and they asked me to write all the things that is affecting me. And I wrote them down on a piece of paper. I say it's a lot, but I think this can do the work for me, the magic. That was my exact word, the magic, the miracle. I use the word miracle. I said, but this can do the miracle. I said, I asked for good health because I need good health. I said, I asked for me and my daughter to be free from bondage, liberate us. I asked for my wealth. I need all that was stolen from me to be recovered. And my brother, trust me, those were my words. Those were what I wrote. And I asked, I was so positive and confident in that dream. My new year started confident. My year is going to be confident. I am taking everything that the enemy stole from me. I'm recovering it all from every portal, every space, every place, every altar, every coffin, anywhere that they've planted my name, anything that known from me, knowingly on or unknowingly, I recover it all. And I'm so proud of me. Because so in the and I can sit at my business now and feel free to sell because I've been closing up all the time. And I'm only 42 now. And I struggled. I went through a lot. Yeah, it feel like 1,000 for me. It feel like 1,000 years of punishment. I wanna leave one more thing. I wanna say this.
All right,
I
yeah.
wanna say this for everybody to hear. My aunt operates with she's a dark witch, and she has she's high ranking in dark world, right? Because for them to even touch the chosen, who's ranking high in spirit and in flesh, having a physical experience, they have to be a high ranking witch or wizard. And she is an high ranking dark entity force who refused to change, right? And my father, my biological father that I deal with, was the one who was raping my daughter and I spiritually. That was the spiritual husband that was attached to us because it's always him. And when I started to get my deliverance in December 2023, it was always a fight. It's always they try to. I can remember in one dream, I went to a function and after leaving, I didn't eat. So I said, I'm going to take my food home for me and my daughter to eat. However, I put my stuff in a bag. On my way home, this man attacked me to rape me, took his clothes off, his pants off, and everything, and hold my neck. So I screamed, rape, rape, and people came and rescued me. After I leave that junction where I was rescued, he attacked me for the second time, but he brought a fellow guy apart.